Definitely kind of look naked right now. Welcome to Daily Metal, where every day a different metal album gets dissected for your sadistic listening pleasure. I'm the heavy metal lawyer, Emma, and in this show, I'll talk about why the music in these albums is so good and where they fall in the history of music's most wretched genre. In this channel, we stand Wada. If you don't know who Wada is, she's a guitarist for metal legends Boris, a band out of Japan that plays everything from drone to punk rock to pure, unadulterated noise. And today, in 2003, the band released one of their best albums, Akuma no Uta, which translates to The Devil's Song. While not as epic of a project as, for example, my favorite album by them, which is the 1 minute, 70-minute long track album Flood, Akuma no Uta is probably the best introduction for newcomers to the band Boris, because the band manages to cram so many of their different sounds into this one album. The album fades in with a low but almost calming drone of feedback before transitioning into a riff that would be right at home on an Earth or Isis album. That explodes into the fiery Ibitsu, which almost has a Guitar Wolf type vibe to it, except with more heavy guitars, as one would expect from Boris. Which leads into the song Fury, which just seems to be Boris saying, okay, let's get even heavier and even louder than the last song, particularly with the cacophonous drums in this album. That reminds me a lot of another Japanese band, Boredoms. But after the storm is the solemn, quiet intro of Naki Kyaku, which wouldn't be out of place on one or more of the technically adept post-hardcore bands' albums, like Brand New's Vice. But it isn't long before the wailing fuzz returns, albeit with a far quieter backdrop than the prior two tracks, which gives this very beautiful resonance to a sound that can actually be quite melodic, despite usually being associated with noise. There really is no band that blends together so many different sounds so well. My personal favorite track on the album, though, is the title track Akuma no Uta. The album's opening riff returns with a vengeance and as part of a full-on sludge metal assault of your eardrums. Outside of Matt Pike of High on Fire and Sleep fame and Laura Pleasance of Kylesa, no one does metal guitar quite as well as Boris, which again is why Wata is our queen. So, do you agree that Akuma no Uta is the best way to introduce newcomers to Boris? What's your favorite Boris album? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, please follow the channel, because I'll be trying to put these out every day on the metal album that came out that day, why the music is so brutal, and where it fits in the history of the genre.